Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Extinction Explorer Notes. In this video, we are going to cover the notes that are roughly located in this area on the map. It's a pretty large area, but there's actually not that many notes here, so we're going to do quite a bit of traveling around. I mean, it is actually not that big of an area, it's just this, but still, notes are relatively far apart. So we're going to start, well, I already showed the chords and stuff, but we're starting here in this location next to this structure right here. It's a pretty distinctive structure. It's very kind of flat. It has some kind of round stuff next to it and a little spiky thing right there. And you also have the desert dome right over there. And if you're facing it from the direction that I'm facing it, the first note, if you just go on the right side of it, so you can see that it has two of these like support pillars. And on the right side of the right support pillar, we find the first note of the day, which is Santiago log number 14 at 65.7 by 62.4. Then for our next note, we are going to go to this location. So this is roughly at these coordinates. It is a kind of shallow lake or a water hole with this rocky pillar in the middle. Pretty distinctive, but we also have the dome back there, and you can see the structure we were at earlier right over there. So what we're going to do is simply land on this pillar for a sec. And we want to look towards the city, which is north. If you look towards the city and you look down, you should see that there's a rock pillar right there, very close to this one. It looks identical, just a little smaller. And if you go to that one and you go around to the back side, we find Helena Note number 6 at 66.5 by 55.6. Then for the next note, we will start in the same location. So here are the coordinates and the map location. The shallow water source with the pillar in the middle, right here. This time, if we just get a little up from the ground, you'll see that kind of south or southwest, there's kind of ruined structure in the distance. And if you go in that direction, you'll very quickly come to this place right here, which is next to these trees. It is like a micro canyon with this very big overhang on one side here on the left. And if you just follow that overhang side, you will come across this Meiyin Note, which is pretty close to those levitating crystals over there. This is Meiyin Note number 6 at 70.6 by 53.6. Then for our next note, we want to go to these two ruined buildings at these coordinates. These are the ones that we aimed for to get to the Meiyin Note. So the Meiyin Note, you can actually kind of see, it's just a dot on the screen, but it's behind us there. That rock pillar is behind that again. So you want to get to this building, and we want to go inside the big one. So not the little small one there, but the big one. And once you get inside, if you look toward, you should see some red lights ahead. You look in that direction, and you go kind of to the right corner. Hidden among the plants right here, so it's easy to miss, we have Santiago number 15 at 75.7 by 50.2. So then you want to move to this location, these coordinates. There is a tall building, ruined building right here. You can see the gate into the city is not too far away. On the other side, we have all of this weird terrain. And if you stand on the side of that broken terrain, look towards the tallest building, you see that in front of it, there is barely anything left of a smaller building. And if you go on the left side of this little piece, you'll find the Meiyin note right down here. Number 5 at 73.1 by 42.5. And then we're going to have to go a little bit of a distance away, and it's kind of hard to guide to this one, but I'll do my best. So what you want to do next is you want to point southwards with this building behind you. If you have this tall building at these coordinates behind you, and you're pointing towards all of these weird land bridges, really weird terrain, you should see that in front of you, there should be like a corrupt pillar or corrupt stuff right there. There is corrupt stuff on the sides as well, but this one should be right in front of you. And if you look on the tip of my Pteranodon, right next to that, on the right, you see that this shelf right here ends in a very sharp point right there. And that's where you want to go. So you have the corrupt pillar, or corrupt stuff right here. And right on this platform, you have that very sharp point. And once you get to this place, you get to that point, you can see that on this rocky shelf, there's just 2 rocks right here. And next to the biggest one, we find Santiago number 16 at 83.8 by 37.5. And then, for the final 2 notes of the episode, we want to move north again quite a bit to these coordinates, or in other words, the gate right here. Last 2 notes are at the gate. So the first note, if we go down to the left of the gate, down here, if we get all the way down on the ground, you'll see that there is a kind of little forward support right there. And right next to that, as you can see, we find Helena Note number 5 at 63.1 by 42.2. Just fly a little bit on this side so you can see it better. Kind of that forward support, and it's right next to that. And the other note, if we just go up and we fly away a little bit, you can see how when you get to the very top, you have that little lower section and the upper section. And it's on this lower section that we find the one who waits, number 23, at 62.8 by 43.7. See, overlooking the wild. And with that, we've covered all the notes for this episode. If you did find this one helpful, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.